Machine Head frontman Robb Flynn posted a lengthy tirade on social media today where he responded to people who had negative reactions to Machine Head's new single, Do or Die, where people said basically the lyrics were bad, cringeworthy, juvenile. That was what a number of people had to say about the lyrics. We'll take a look at some of the YouTube comments because Robb seemingly was directly responding to the top comments on their music video, very unhappy with what people had to say about the new single. So the new single seems to be about the response to his latest full-length release with Machine Head, which is Catharsis. Now, I want to point out that the writing process in Machine Head seems to have changed over the years. We've seen former members of Machine Head recently talking about how they felt like they weren't as included in the creative process over the last couple of years and last couple of albums. And Robb has essentially made this into the Robb Flynn solo project. It's fair to say that their last couple of albums haven't been their greatest work. That's not a bad thing. Plenty of musicians release records that don't always get better than the last record. In fact, that's probably what happens the majority of the time. But Robb seems to take extra exception when people are critical of his work, and his lyrics are very direct, to say the least. And some people don't like that. In fact, a lot of people don't like that, but that's okay. So today I'm going to look at some of those YouTube comments and we're going to go through them and react to them a little bit. And we're going to look at the lyrics to the new song. And then we're going to look at what Robb had to say. All right, so these are the lyrics to Machine Head's new single, Do or Die, according to Genius.com. One life, one will, black heart, black steel, ignore the hate. It's do or die, MFer, die, MFer. This is do or die. My hate is real, this fire it kills, no other choice, it's do or die, MFer, die. And there's a lot of profanity here, and YouTube doesn't like profanity, so forgive me for censoring. He says, I don't give an F about you haters and your hate. You assholes better duck. I'm coming out swinging the gate. There's not a metal band I ain't influenced. Now I'm calling out the Judas. Every band's the effing same. All I hear is you bitches commenting your chatter. We'll do it over, you hated bastards. 'Cause I make you sick. Your mind is made before it hits. You didn't hear an effing thing. We're not Chimera or strapping young lad. You want to hate, but you need it so bad. This ain't just a paycheck to pay self. Machine Head's in my effing veins. Chorus again, skip that. I don't give a F about your stupid little scene. Reaction videos and all your pussy little memes. That's kind of a dope. That's a good rhyme, to be honest with you. I like that. How many effing bands I gotta bury? Say a prayer to Mother Mary. Welcome to the slaughterhouse. I hear you MFers talk, talk, talk. I'll bless your body with some chalk, chalk, chalk. See, I'm one in a billion, an effing chameleon. Imitators step into the terror dome. I'm effed in the head, pitch black, everything's dead. I'm effed up in the head, don't effing push me, all I see is blood red. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's pretty much the gist of it. You get what we're saying here. So, those lyrics are obviously responding to haters in one form or fashion, but most likely are related to... Alright, so now let's read the comments on Do or Die and see what Robb is so mad about, and then we'll read what he had to say on his Instagram page earlier today. The comments. Here's the top one. Nice of Robb to give that Make-A-Wish kid the opportunity to write lyrics for a song. Ouch. Same lyricist as The Blackening and Unto the Locust? Do you believe it? Can't hear anything other than Dope's Die MF Die during that Die MF Die part of the song, but heyo, that got a bunch of likes, and Robb pretty much directly responded to that on Instagram. You'll see that. Somebody said, Robb is in his 50s and yet still writes lyrics like some 12-year-old kid that plays Fortnite. Lyrics are a bit of an embarrassment, to be honest. Robb, how much angry teenage cringe should I add in the lyrics? Flynn, die MF die. Instrumentals are pretty standard, albeit a bit stale. I don't agree with that. I think the instrumental is pretty good. But these lyrics, man, I'd expect this kind of shit from an angsty middle schooler, not a group of metal veterans. I honestly don't know what happened to my favorite band. For one, Robb has this insatiable urge to put vocals over every single part of the song. The days of letting a song actually develop are long gone. Shit, some rap songs let the instrumental breathe more than modern day Machine Head. and the lyrics absolutely cringe-inducing. They make Fred Durst look like Walt Whitman. Ivan Moody is currently scrambling to write shittier lyrics after hearing and getting pissed there's someone else taking the throne of the shittiest lyrics in metal. On a slightly positive note, the riffs are still good. I mean, you can definitely tell there's potential to return to their previous greatness. I just really don't see it happening. I guess this goes to show that the other members are what really held the creativity in the band together. I'm just going to pretend Machine Head broke up after Bloodstone and Diamonds and go blast The Blackening. Dope called. They would ask nicely for you to return their chorus lyrics back. Still pissed off because they got called out for ripping a Strapping Young Lad song. Instrumentally, this song is absolutely killer. I don't know where this was on the last album, but good to see actual thrash metal from Machine Head again. Lyrically, I've heard more nuance and subtlety from Five Finger Death Punch. Imagine writing these lyrics and being proud of them. That's mean. Never expected Machine Head to have such childish lyrics like this when metalers have a midlife crisis. Man, those lyrics, I don't understand why he cares so much about what people think about him and his band. Doesn't give him a good energy. I agree with that. The same guy wrote The Blackening. Robb should consider using his hands more when he is singing. It might help him in getting his point across to others. I mean, that probably wasn't even mean-spirited. That's just funny. I remember seeing this band during the Blackening era, and it was one of the most amazing shows ever. It's amazing how much can change. This dude's ego is killing their music. They actually released this. Someone needs to get fired. The lyrics are terrible, but love the music. Machine Head writing songs for high school kids, LOL. And so then to Robb, he says, to all the bitch-ass internet troll MFers who keep whining and menstruating about how Do or Die has lyrics from the band Dope, here's a little effing reminder for your moronic nu metal brains. Since 93, in our song F It All, I've been saying, come on MFer, come on, in the middle breakdown. Here's video of me in 1995 saying it at Dynamo. It was a good 7 years before Dope's 2001 Die MFer Die came out. You freaking sausage gobblers. Duh. Not to mention that any band on the planet saying blank MFer blank in any combination, and that goes for Cold Chamber, Five Finger Death Punch, Dope, and yes, Machine Head, are all jacking it from 1984's hip-hop classic The Roof is on Fire by Rockmaster Scott and the Dynamic 3. Swipe right to listen. Know your musical history, F-boys. And if I hear one more internet twathole moaning about cringeworthy lyrics while they sit in front of their computer stroking their little boners to the lyrical genius of baby metal, eat a bowl of cock. Because the second Pantera's Walk comes on with the such lyrical Edgar Allan Poe-esque masterpiece is like, run your mouth when I'm not around, it's easy to achieve, and Walk on Homeboy, or Lamb of God's This is an MFing invitation, the same effing brain donors run right out to the dance floor and start headbanging, and rightfully so. P.S. Who listens to Dope? That's Robb Flynn right there for you. He is obviously very angry about what people have had to say about his music, and I'm going to flip it over to you. I have my own opinions. I just mainly think that I didn't hate the song when I listened to it. The lyrics are not my favorite, but I also don't hate the lyrics. I think the song instrumentally is great. I thought the video was really well done. And yeah, I just think that responding that way to people doesn't change any minds, but it actually does make more people hate you based on the way you're responding. Because he's obviously very mad, and it's just not worth getting that mad over. So I don't know. Take that as you wish. I think that for a long time that like Robb has really called the shots in his band, and then when people are critical of him, and it worked for a long time, but then when people are critical of his work, it's super frustrating because you have these two dudes that have just left the band and said the music sucks, and then the fans come back and say the music sucks and they don't like it, or at least a number of them said that. There are certainly plenty of people out there who like it as well. It's got to be super frustrating, and that obviously shows here. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Does Robb have a point here, or is he just being an ass? Let me know below. And we all can be assholes at different times, so it's not that big of a deal. But anyways, thanks so much for joining us here today at Rockfeed. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on breaking hard rock and heavy metal news. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you all very soon.